gonna leave me alone, man. They gonna leave me alone. I'm telling you, I'm a drunk driver driving in an 18-wheeler. Ain't no surviving.
Thank y'all for tuning back into the video. It's your boy Pelican Bay Kennels giving you that dog news the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, I always say some gonna like it, some ain't, Thank y'all to the ones that hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit it yet, go ahead and hit it, man. It's totally free. I always tell you, man, you don't have to pay $1, 1 cent. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button, Don't forget to hit that like button before you get up out of here. And don't forget to get up in them comments as well. And I appreciate all my brothers that be up in them comments and my sisters that be up in them comments. And y'all don't forget to tune in to the Saturday night special. Saturday night special. Let's get into that dog news for the day. I always tell you we talking about a few things a day. Now, my few things a day to talk about, got a few things on the list. Oh, shout out to brother Samurai Kennel. Samurai, I seen you going live earlier. I didn't get in your live, because I was working on content at the time. And I got my brain was open trying to figure out what I'm going to do my content about. So I couldn't just jump in your live right there, because, I need to be in relaxed mode. At that time I was in work mode, so I couldn't just jump in your live, because ain't no telling what you was talking about. And at that time, I'm trying to bring content in, So shout out to you, my brother, in your live. I'm going back to check the video out. I probably done checked it out by now, by the time this video here drop. But yeah, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to all the dog men before I get super started. From the east to the north, to the south, to the west. All the dog men across the world, Before I get started up in this, we're going to be talking about what's dead game today. What's dead game, because it's a fine line between that, But before we get into that, talk about a few more things. Copycat dogs. Dogs, we pretty much can see they will copycat each other, They will follow each other. And, we can get that one bad dog to just fuck the whole yard up. He just screwed the whole yard up. I'm talking about, quick example. Calm yard, dogs bark, when they feed time or whatever, one dog leaving the yard or whatever, this average time when dogs bark. But now you get this one dog on the yard. It's a grown dog, right? He's a grown dog, but guess what? Siren come by, fire truck come by. This new dog in your yard, he's a howler. Now, next thing you know, you quiet them down, but next thing you know, now you got 1 or 2 dogs in your yard outside that was never hollering before. Now they start to holler with him. One day you ain't home. Now you ain't home to stop this dog from hollering. Ambulance come by, he get a chance to let his lungs blow. He holler. He got the other dog starting to holler. Now, when you come back next time an ambulance come by, you home this time, but now they done practice. They done got the routine. And then the ambulance come by, now the whole yard out there sounding like wolves. You know what I'm saying? Whole yard sound like wolves. A copycat dog will make dogs do certain things. Anime, my Dutch Shepherd, what she do, she takes the dog bowl and she runs it with her nose all around the yard. She just chases the dog bowl with her nose all around the yard. She'll, I got her a plastic bowl. She'll run, she'll chase it with her nose, she'll chase it with her nose and pick it up and bite it and throw it and chase it again with her nose. Now, all the little Pitbull puppies, they be doing that on my yard. They start chasing it with their nose. I have to take their bowls away from them, because I don't want to mess their teeth up or nothing like that. Or anything, especially when I'm putting them in shows and stuff like that. So I take this stuff away from them. But one dog, can start a whole bunch of, bad habits on the yard. You know what I'm saying? One dog can start a whole bunch of bad habits on your yard that ain't started yet, And that's because of the copycat thing with dogs. They see things and they gonna copy it, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's how smart them animals are. That's how smart they are. And that's stuff that they teaching themselves. We ain't teaching them that. The other dog teaching it to them. So if they can look at that and learn, imagine what they can learn when you teach them something. when you teach them this or teach them that or teach them this or teach them that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine what they can learn then. Now, to another thing. The brother that I put in the other video that said, you know, his dog got a blue waffle for eating the possum. You know, come to find out it was a rabbit. Okay, like I said, you know, it was a rabbit, which is a whole lot cleaner animal, proteins in it. But I still say I would have took the hair off of them. If you're going to clean it all the way down. Take the hair and everything off of them. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to give it to them for eating wise, you know. If you're going to give it to them for eating wise. But the thing is, I can't, you know, I seen what you posted on Facebook about I do things for likes and attention. But you don't understand. You do things for like and attention. I do things for content creation. You know what I'm saying? I do things for content creation. I'm a YouTuber. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm making this money or that money or this money or that money. I'm doing things for content creation. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. If I see something funny, I see something funny. You know, it is what it is. And one thing I will say about you, you know, you take care of your dogs look good. You know what I'm saying? When you post the pictures or videos or whatever you post, your dogs do look good. You know what I'm saying? If you ever want to get up on the show and talk about your Mexican Eli strain, that's what I'm thinking you running. You know, the Cardina stuff that you got, or your Eli strain that you running. If you want to talk about them type of dogs, your stud dogs, you know, whatever lines you running, you welcome and always welcome to get up on the show and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna be advertising unless you're gonna hit me in my cash app. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit me up in my cash app. $, capital P, Pelican, capital B, Bay, capital K, Kennel. You know, hit me up in my cash app, you know, and I'll do some advertising for your stud or whatever. We have a whole page strictly for your stud. You know what I'm saying? What line he coming down off of, what line you running, what line you throwing or whatever, or what attributes you throwing into this dog game. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, hit me up in the cash app. Hit me up in the cash app, because I'm a tuber. You know what I'm saying? My likes and views, you know, add up as far as, you know, on the $ end. You know, with Facebook, you know, they got, I ain't sure how that shit working or whatever, but Facebook is Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Them dog boards and all that, that's a whole different ball game, you know. If you want to step out there, you know what I'm saying, hit me up on my cash app, you know, at the end of the day. See, PBK9s, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give it to you raw. You know, I'm going to give it to you raw. A lot of folk, they couldn't handle what Pro was saying when he was giving certain things. A lot of stuff the brother was saying was alright. Some of the stuff was funny. A lot of stuff was alright, and a lot of stuff maybe wasn't alright. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to give it to you raw. And folks say race don't play a part in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, race don't play a part in the dog game. Race play a part in the way this country is in general. You know what I'm saying? That shit just trickles down into the dog game. And it makes you think, oh, this man don't like you because of this or that, or something about the dogs or this or that, or they saying this or about that. When in actuality, it's just the way this country is. At the end of the day, one thing for sure, like I always say, two things that I know. Tree huggers don't got no color. You know what I'm saying? Tree huggers don't got no color. At the end of the day, you got white dog men who got dogs that they got folk in their family who tree huggers, who look at them like they the scum of the earth, because they got a multiple number of dogs. Don't even know if they doing anything illegal or not. You know what I'm saying? But look at them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. Tree hugger is a tree hugger. You know what I'm saying? Don't make no difference what color he is. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know. But, you know, I'm going to tell you like this. Like I say, we wonder why, okay, with these pits, why they ain't getting in certain places, why they ain't getting the recognition they need. The game dogs, the American Pitbull Terriers, why they not getting the recognition they need? Because we trickle all that emotion, all that way of living down to the dogs. Down to the dogs. Okay? Say more urban brothers, more black brothers got pit bulls now than ever before back in the 80s, right? Just say that. Now, we got the day's way of thinking for the average young person is not the way of thinking of the average person in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot more self-inflicted punishment coming from, different cultures or whatever than it was back in the 80s and the 70s and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it trickles straight down to the dog game. You wonder why we can't get right in the dog game? This brother knocking this brother head off, this brother knocking this brother head off. Same way it's trickled down. It's really what's going on in the world, in the country rather. You know what I'm saying? Brothers can't get higher than the next because you're keeping them on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? But then when a brother from another race come give you a story, let a brother from my black brothers I'm talking to right now. You know what I'm saying? My black brothers. They're always screaming race, 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 race. But then Pelican Bay get up here and say he want to sell you something. You ain't want to buy it, right? But you always screaming race, race, race. But then a white brother you don't know get up here and make a podcast, want to sell you something, talking like a dog man that you don't know, but because he white, you buy that dog from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my black brothers now. They're always screaming this race, 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 race. But I'm going to give it to you real and raw. You know what I'm saying? You're talking that race, 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 but a lot of y'all looking for the white man for validation. You know what I'm saying? For validation. And then they turn around and talk trash about the white man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, me, I'm looking at all of us the same. At the end of the day, but I'm just going to give it to you real and uncut and raw. You know what I'm saying? You're around here talking about the white man this and the white man that, keeping you from doing this, doing this and doing that, but then you're looking for him for validation. That's why them pocket pits and all them other dogs selling for this right here price. Because them boys doing what they got to do, how they got to do it, and guess what? They dogs didn't start from the good old days. They started their dogs. You know what I'm saying? They started their dogs. These brothers these days, they started these pocket pits. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's white brothers or black brothers. They started in modern day time. You know what I'm saying? It was none of that era. But like I say, man, we want the real, but can you handle the real? You couldn't handle the real when Pro was giving it to you. He gave you a lot of bull, but he gave you a lot of real. You know what I'm saying? But can you handle the real? Can you handle the real? I try to sell your yellow dog. You don't want it. You don't want it. But like I say, I can get one of my white brothers to come up here on my channel. We're going to play a game on these fools today. You know what I'm saying? Since you don't want to buy it from me, I'm going to get my white brother to get up here, say the same thing that I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? Say the same thing that I'm going to say, but he going to give it to you and you going to buy it from him. You know what I'm saying? No, hold up. I'm going to get my white brother to come up here and sell my protein shakes. I'm going to get my white brother to come up here and sell all that stuff. Just because I know a lot of you so-called calling other brothers Uncle Toms, calling other brothers this and that when you don't know what's what and you're speaking on stuff and you ain't living the way you're speaking. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. But like I say, man, y'all don't forget to donate to the channel. PBK9s, don't forget to donate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit that super thanks up. Hit them cash apps up. Don't forget, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, can you handle the real? Can we handle the real? Dog Hall of Fame. We talking about Dog Hall of Fame. Okay? A person who has been known for cheating do not deserve to be in the Dog Hall of Fame. Out of all the things you could do in the dog game, you know what I'm saying? Cheating is one of the things that automatically say, no matter what your stories is from back in the days, no matter what's what, no matter how many books you've been in, no matter what this or that or this or that, if you cheated in one of them matches, you're a Pete Rose. You know what I'm saying? If you cheated in one of them matches, you're Pete Rose. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't talking about no steroids. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the rub. I'm talking about the sense. I'm talking about the poison. I'm talking about all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Brothers would have did to get the advantage on another brother back in them days. You know what I'm saying? If you cheated, you do not, in my opinion, belong in the Dog Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you can do with dogs. You know that some people say cheating. Me, myself, I don't say sharpening the teeth is cheating. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do whatever you feel like you want to do to get the edge, long as you ain't doing nothing to hurt my dog back in them days. You know what I'm saying? Long as you weren't doing nothing to hurt my dog back in them days. You know? The teeth and all that, you hurt your dog in the long run because you messing his enamel up on his teeth. You know what I'm saying? That we sharpen them down, it's only gonna last for so long for them teeth broke. And you're gonna be spending more money putting more teeth in his mouth or putting silver teeth and all other kind of stuff in his mouth. Porcelain and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be spending more money than me in the long run. Back in them days, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, a cheater never belonged in the Dog Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? If your name was tied into cheating, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about nothing you got going on in your personal life. I'm talking about the dog game. You know what I'm saying? If your name tied into cheating, you don't belong with the greats. You know what I'm saying? You don't belong with the greats. See, it's easy for somebody to be called a great these days because all you got to do is come up from the old days with a story or a bunch of stories or have, just talk a little bit about this or that and the motherfucker consider you great. Or been in one of them old magazines and somebody gonna consider you great. Now, if you've been in an old magazine, that's for sure. One of the youngest consider you great. Oh, he's great. He was an old school great dog man. You know what I'm saying? But he was a cheater. He was nothing but a cheater. His lines weren't running. They weren't winning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he took pictures, but they weren't winning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had one good one, but his line wasn't winning. You know what I'm saying? Like I go back and say, okay, if I go back to thinking like, oh, if I was a grown man back then, I was a young buck back then. If I was a grown man like some of these folk was, if I was a grown man, I would have me a line of dogs with my thing on it. Because I know that's what I need to be doing. Making me a line of dogs. You know what I'm saying? With PBK9s, this and that. PBK9s, this and that. You know what I'm saying? If I was a grown man back then, with a grown man mind frame, like some of these grown men that was considered to be greats back then. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse for a line not to be here in 2023 if you was running them dogs back then. You know what I'm saying? If you was running them back then, for some reason, either they wasn't breathing right, either they wasn't going right, or either in your head, you know you won, but you didn't win the legitimate way, so you didn't want to breed that dog. You know? Because that's one thing about cheating. No matter how much you cheat, you really don't want no more of that stuff because you know you got to cheat to win with it. You know what I'm saying? When you win it without cheating, when you win it without all the extras, without all the additives, without all the substances, then you like, yeah, this that shit. This that shit right here. You know what I'm saying? But when you got to add, the more stuff you got to add, the less of a dog you got at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You just knew how to win that particular show. You know how to win shows because you know how to get right. You know what you got to do to get right. But that's a whole nother ball game. Like we going to get into in a minute when we talking about dead game. That's a whole nother ball game. You just know how to get right. But at the end of the day, natural, what you working with? What you working with? Is you working with something? You know what I'm saying? Is you working with something? Or is this all this here just a figment of my imagination? A bunch of valves, a bunch of substances, a bunch of powder, a bunch of shake, a bunch of shakes and all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? What is this? What am I buying? Am I buying the substances or am I buying a real bulldog? You know what I'm saying? Hey, and like I say, a cheater don't belong in the Dog Hall of Fame. You know, don't belong in the Dog Hall of Fame. Now, what's a dead game, though? What's dead game? Because, see, a lot of brothers say Dead game is one who give it all he got. And he give it all he got until, he can't go no more. Okay. Now, there's a lot of brothers out here that say they had dead game dogs. It's a lot of brothers, more brothers than y'all even thinking about, can say they got dead game dogs. Dead game dog, right? Dog that go till he can't go no more? Do I got to go an hour to be considered dead game? Do I got to go 2 hours to be considered dead game? How about 5 minutes? How about 5 minutes? I'm dead game at 5 minutes. If I kept going and the dog was putting me down, taking me out, and I'm still going, I'm dead game at 5 minutes, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Hit down in the comments, tell me if I'm wrong. Am I dead game at 5 minutes? If I got 5 minutes, and I can't say that word on YouTube, I have to watch that word because of monetization reasons. You know what I'm saying? But if your dog was to be taken out, stopped in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, is he considered dead game? Why not? If not, why not? My opinion, I'm thinking from back in the days, 5 minutes, he was dead game. Dead game, people take the word dead game and they make it into a trophy word. You know what I'm saying? When actuality, it can mean a good thing, but at the same time, your dog didn't do nothing different than the man that went 5 minutes did. Besides, he went a long time. But at the end of the day, the other dog still was on the receiving end, the winning end. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he gave all he had. That's all he could push out was that 10 minutes. He had nothing else left. His 10 minutes was like your hour and a half to him. He's dead game. 10 minutes got his ass destroyed. 10 minutes, but he was dead game. 5 minutes, he was dead game. 3 minutes, he was dead game. If that's all he got in him, that's all he got in him. So, dead game ain't high as ranked as folk want to put it. Because folk down low, 5-minute losers, 10-minute losers, 15-minute losers, 20-minute losers, all their dogs were dead game if they didn't jump the box, if they didn't cur out, long as they stayed there and took that death. They was dead game. You know what I'm saying? So a brother can have a dog that don't last, his stud or his female didn't last longer than 5 or 10 minutes, and then he shoot you that story, oh man, both of them, mom and daddy dead game. You know what I'm saying? Both of them dead game. Neither one of them went longer than 15 minutes. Both of them was the losers on both ends. Both of them dead game. But, the parents dead game. Oh, man, listen, man. Listen. It is what it is. Do you want the raw? Do you want the real? You know, it is what it is. Cheaters don't belong in the Dog Hall of Fame. Rub downs don't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Chop your ass up with the receipts. Dice your ass left and right with receipts.
Like I've been told you about the dog Toby. I've been heard about the dog Toby. They say the dog Toby is affiliated with rub downs. No, I'm just going by what I heard. You know, I can't, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to tell you like this here. They say the dog Toby been affiliated with rub downs. Why? Why they say the dog Toby been affiliated with rub downs? Because the dog particular one that he went out hunting with, you know, this hound was named Conway. Now, Conway was a for sure. He was a for sure. Now, the day Conway and Toby had that meeting, you know what I'm saying? Conway didn't even want to press the issue with Toby. Now, when I tell you Conway is for show, he for show. Conway want to press the issue with Toby. He didn't even want to touch Toby too much. You know what I'm saying? He stayed away from Toby. Now the word was, you know, and this is what I tell you. Do you want the real or do you want the raw? Word was that camp using that rub. Now, if the camp watching this video, I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm going to tell the camp. I'm talking to y'all camp. I'm going to tell you where the word come from. Now, not long later, that same camp lost with the Glen Hound. Not long later, that camp lost with the Glen Hound. Now, the camp screamed the Glen Hound only lost because somebody was rubbing from the corner. They was passing or rubbing the dog from the corner or this and that, which is a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to tell you why, camp. I'm speaking to the camp who owned Toby. I'm going to tell you why that's bullshit. You know, because for the Glen to be the caliber dog that he was, for anybody who was around that thing to see somebody slide something in, somebody rub a cloth on their hand, any of that type of stuff would have been seen. Everybody eyes open. We looking like 50-cent pieces. You know what I'm saying? Back in them days. 50-cent pieces. Ain't nobody letting nothing slide, like letting nobody rub no damn no cloth on no dog from no corner. You know what I'm saying? People pay attention to all of that. But what it was, y'all know that y'all, the camp that had Toby, same camp, y'all knew that y'all rubbed Toby already. Y'all rubbed Glenn as well. But it didn't work on Glenn this time. It worked against Glenn this time. And being that y'all know Glenn was rubbed, y'all screamed the rub shit out on the other dog being rubbed. When the other dog went actually rubbed, it was Glenn that wasn't rubbed. It just didn't work on Glenn. It worked against Glenn this time. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. But y'all want the real. Y'all don't want the real. I mean, y'all want the sugar-coated dog game. Y'all want the good stories and this and that. Now, I'm going to give you the real. You want the Hall of Fame with some of these dog brothers, but they cheating out here. Their bloodlines ain't doing what they say they doing. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. It is what everybody ain't producing game quality dogs. You know what I'm saying? Game quality dogs. And when I say game quality, I mean good conformation, good show quality, loving people type dogs. Dogs that willing to work. Dogs that's willing to chase stuff up trees. Dog that's willing to do any kind of work. These brothers ain't producing them kind of dogs. They producing agile dogs, fidgety dogs, scary dogs, dogs that want to bite people, dogs that want to do this, dogs that want to do that, everything you want them to do except what you want them to do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, and like I say, PBK9 is going to give it to you real. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Don't forget to hit them comments up. Don't forget to hit them like buttons up before you get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we're going to keep scratching from the corner on three legs. You know what I'm saying? We're going to scratch from the corner on three legs. Now, you know, now that we've been talking about dead game dogs and, you know, the situation with the dead game dogs, the thing is, what about hard keepers? You know, hard keepers is a mug. You know what I'm saying? We can try all the things we want to make these dogs straight. These dogs, we're not talking about human biters. We're talking about just dog in general, hard keepers. Dogs that chew up stuff, they eat stuff. You know what I'm saying? Dogs that just tear the bowls up, tear the water bowls up, bite the chain all the time, do anything they can to mess their teeth up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes them kind of dogs just get aggravated, man. And a lot of the times, them kind of dogs be the dogs that you really like. You know what I'm saying? The dog that you really want. That's the one that might be the hard keeper. He want to bite everything. He want to chew everything. You know what I'm saying? She want to just sit there and lock on a chain all day long and mess her hardware up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're not going to be around these animals 24/7. You got to go and do things and do this and do that. And when you go and do this, they go to doing the stuff that destroys themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I got one, I'm starting to see I might have to switch everything up from the house and all. Like he want to eat the house. He want to eat the bowl. He want to eat this, eat that. He ain't start eating the water bucket yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, I'm moving everything out. And then next thing you know, I go out there, he throwing up some piece of plastic or shitting out a piece of plastic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Hard keepers, man. Hard keepers. We all have them. They come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. You know what I'm saying? It can be anything. You know, I might be forgetting some things right now, you know, ways that dogs just make it hard on themselves. You know, you can build all the shades you want to build in the summertime. Then you got dogs that just come destroy everything you build and just want to be out there in the sun. Just hard keepers. Give them double the exercise you're giving them. Not on a treadmill. Take them out. Walk them. Just walk them. Chill. Walk. Play with them. Whatever you do, just do double that. And try to see if that calm them down a slight bit, a tad bit or whatever. You know, because sometimes it will. The chewing wise, you know, I don't know if it's going to actually stop the chewing, but just see, you know, just experiment on things. Just the ones that you got that's real hard keepers, just see if, you know, the tiring them out slows them down on the chain wise or in the cage wise or wherever you have him at, that he's causing destruction to himself. And before I get up out of here, we got the product of the day. For the ones who want to make their dogs be the best and the ones who want to have, you know, the top echelon when it comes to the dogs and have them look in certain kind of ways, and you want your dog to be healthy, you want, you know, the best for your dogs, then this product is the product I subscribe to you. And it's called Tender Loving Care. Tender Loving Care is about all you got to do with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? If you care about your dog, you love your dog, you're going to do all the other stuff that, you know, it takes to make your dog healthy. You know what I'm saying? If you just try to do something for a reputation, if you just trying to do something for a look, if you're just trying to do something for, you know what I'm saying, something else outside of the actual love for that dog, then it's going to show at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show at the end of the day. But like I said, I ain't going to keep y'all in here too long. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I ain't going to get tired of telling you. I ain't going to get tired of telling you. Don't forget to get up in them comments. Don't forget to hit that like button up before you get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. Shout out to my folk Magnolia Kennels in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my dog brothers. You know what I'm saying? That taking care of them dogs the way they supposed to be taking care of them dogs all across the world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my dog brothers. PBK9s, I'm out.